pin myself. Okay, so for those of you who missed that, this is a 40-minute beginner yoga practice, and we're going to start now. And now, so come onto your hands and knees. And you're going to stack your joints. So your wrists are underneath your elbows and your shoulders. The tops of your feet are on the floor. And you're going to arch your back. So inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together and draw the belly down towards the floor and look up. And you do that on an inhale, keep the mouth closed. And as you exhale, you make the opposite movement. So suck the belly in towards the back body, the chin in towards the chest. Hold, breathe in, stay here. And breathe out. And now we're going to connect movement with breath. So one breath per movement. Inhale, arch up, so opposite direction. Look up. Exhale, round down. Keep the mouth closed the whole time, breathing in and out through the nose. Inhale, arch up. Slowly. Exhale, round down. 2 more. Inhale, arch up. Exhale, round down. Inhale, arch up. Exhale, round down. And then inhale to a neutral spine. Exhale the breath out. And then we're going to make an upside down V shape known as downward facing dog. So you walk your hands a little bit forward and look at your fingers. Make sure all 10 are pointing towards the front edge of the mat. The tendency is for the thumbs to point in towards each other. Over time, that's going to become a problem. So there's equal space between each of the fingers on your mat. All 10 point forward. You're then going to tuck your toes under. And what you want to do with your elbows is push them a little bit forward. Tuck the toes, lift the knees up off the floor. Exhale, hold it here. Keep your knees bent, that's important. And you're going to send your sit bones up towards the ceiling. So you're in a bent knee, downward facing dog. You press your chest towards your thighs. You relax your neck and you keep trying to rotate your elbows forward. And that creates a nice openness across the shoulders. So you squeeze your shoulder blades in towards each other. So there's lots of stability in the shoulders. The neck is relaxed, and only if you can keep this position with the shoulders and the elbows do you then extend the legs or try to extend the legs into downward facing dog. Hold it here, 5 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. If you need to come out, no problem. You just bend your knees, take a rest, and then join us when you're ready again. 4 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in and out through the nose the whole time. 1 more breath in. And exhale. Keep your hands where they are. You're going to walk your feet up towards them. And once they're about 10 centimeters behind your hands, you fold forward as you exhale. So your hands might not touch the floor, in which case you bring your hands to your shins. And if you have blocks, you place your hands on blocks, remembering that the blocks can be on the lowest level, the middle level, the highest level. Otherwise, hands are on the shins. Relax the neck. The knees can be slightly bent. The purpose here is for the back to be long. You want the spine to be as long as possible. So you're not rounding in the back at all. So you send the sit bones way back, elongate through the spine, and then fold forward from there. Relax the neck, 5 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Another way to make sure you're not rounding in the back is to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Find the stillness. One more breath in. And long breath out. Lengthen the spine forward as you inhale. And then exhale, walk your feet to the side edges of your mat. So you can do that even if you have your hands on your shins. Okay, so your feet are still on the mat, but they're to the edges of the mat. Then you're going to turn your toes out to a 45-degree angle. You're going to bend your knees until you can get your hands to the floor. And then continue bending your knees and come all the way to sit in Malasana, into a squat pose. Okay, so here, if this doesn't happen easily for you, you can sit on a block, place it underneath the seat, hands together at the heart center, and then use your elbows to push your knees out to the side. So we're stretching into the insides of the thighs, the adductors lifting in the chest, and look forward. If this is all too much, then you can sit down on the floor, grab a hold of your ankles, keep your feet as wide as the mat, and then work the pose here. Holding it for another 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, you're going to come to sit down on the floor. So you probably need to use your hands to do that. Bring them behind you, sit down on the floor, and bring your knees together, your feet together. You're going to hug your knees into your chest with your left elbow. But pay attention to your feet. Make sure they're perfectly in line so the one foot isn't moving forward or back. Toes in line, feet together, knees together. Hug the knee into the chest with the left elbow. Bring your right hand to the floor behind you. This is called teepee twist. You're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, twist, look over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale 1. So cultivating the breath, it's important. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Keep sucking the navel in towards the back body. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, switch other side. Hug your knee in with the right elbow. Left hand on the floor behind you. Lengthen the spine as you inhale. And then exhale, twist, look over your left shoulder for 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Long exhale, twist a little bit more. And then inhale, face forward. Exhale, release your hands and extend both legs out in front of you. Twisting again, you're going to bend your right knee into your chest. So this twist is a little bit deeper. Bring your right foot to the outside of the left leg and keep flexing your left foot. Bring your right hand on the floor behind you, just like you did before. Inhale, extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring the left elbow to hook the outside of the right knee or the thigh and twist all the way around. So the idea here is that you use your elbow as leverage against the thigh to twist all the way around. If it's not possible to get the elbow to the thigh, you can just hug the knee into the chest. The gaze is out over the right shoulder. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Left leg is active. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release your hands, straighten out the right leg, and then switch left knee into the chest, left foot to the outside of the right leg, left hand on the floor behind you, flex your right foot, inhale, reach the right arm up, and exhale, right elbow to the outside of the left knee, and make a twist, look over your left shoulder, and then check in, what is the quality of your awareness? Where is your attention right now? Is it here? Can you find something that's new that you haven't experienced before? Two more breaths. One more breath. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release your hands, straighten out the left leg. And then look at your knees, and you're going to place your feet where your knees were. So bend your knees, place your feet where your knees were. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Make sure your feet are in line with each other. You bring your hands back behind you, the fingers face forward, so your hands are about 10 centimeters behind you. Press down through your hands and your feet. Inhale, lift the seat all the way up. Exhale, extend the tailbone towards the knees. It's like you want to make your knees disappear because you're lifting your hips so much, or your belly is in the way anyway. And then if your neck is okay, you extend your head back. Inhale. Stay there. Exhale, 1. 4 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Relax the toes. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, touch into chest. Exhale, seat to the floor. Hug your knees into your chest and rest your forehead down on your knees. Just take a little rest. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, from here, you're going to push yourself on. You're going to bring your heels closer into your body. Okay, that's the first step. So we always want to go from standing or sitting to standing and back down very safely. Otherwise, you don't twist your spine. You got to use your tummy muscles. So you press down through your hands, you pop yourself onto the balls of the feet, and then extend your legs. Very important to be able to get up and down off the floor as you go into your old age, like me. Okay, come to stand at the front edge of your mat. Your toes and heels are together and your hands are by your sides. So we're going to do 2 rounds of sun salutations, taking them very, very slowly. Okay, so sun salutations are a series of poses that we put together, 1 breath per movement. So we're just going to do the pose in the sequence, but not 1 breath per movement. So the first pose is you're going to hook your thumbs, you're going to spread your fingers wide, you're going to reach forward up and arch back as you inhale. This is the first pose, okay? It's a variation on mountain pose. So look up towards the ceiling, breathe in, breathe out. It is a little back bend, and so you're trying to bring your biceps way back behind the ears as much as possible. You're lengthening through the tailbone. There's no collapse in the low back. You're lifting the chest up towards the ceiling. Your legs are active. Breathe. And then inhale, come back up to center. You're going to exhale, bend your knees and bring your fingertips to the floor. Your thumbs are still hooked. Fingertips to the floor, like you're starting a swimming race. This is just to break it down a little bit. You keep your knees bent, you interlace your fingers behind your back, make a fist with your hands, and then simultaneously, as you exhale, extend your legs and pull your clasped hands over towards the floor in front of you. Relax the neck, breathe in, and breathe out. Inhale, bring your hands to the floor on either side of your feet. Your fingertips should line up with the toes. Exhale. Inhale, step your right foot back to lunge, and exhale, hold it here. There's a 90-degree angle with the front leg. So you're not sinking way into it. You're not sticking your butt out to avoid the pose. 90-degree angle with the front leg. 90-degree angle. It might mean that you have to take your right foot a little bit further back behind you. The back leg is really straight, really strong. The gaze is forward, and blocks underneath the hands here can be helpful. All fingertips. Ideally, you want your palms flat. And then from here, take a deep inhale breath. Very carefully, use your tummy. You're going to exhale, push back into downward facing dog, the upside down V shape that we made in the beginning. You can bend your knees if you need to. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come forward to plank pose. Inhale, shoulders over the elbows and the wrists. Hold as you exhale. So your hips are in line with your shoulders. You're not sticking your butt out. You're not hanging in the hips. Strong in the tummy. Push up between the area of the shoulder blades. Sometimes beginner yoga can be more tough. You have to hold things. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, bring your knees to the floor. To transition down to the floor, you got to be careful, okay? You got to bring your chest where your thumbs are. So in between your thumbs, the chest goes. The chin goes forward, and exhale, lower yourself down. Your hips stay lifted. Okay, let's do that again. Push yourself back up onto all fours. The common mistake is that the nose comes to the floor between the thumbs. Don't do it. Exhale, chest to the floor, in between the thumbs, the chin goes way forward, you keep your hips lifted. And then you lie flat on your belly and prepare for Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. So inhale here, lift the chest and the chin, exhale. Just using energy from the back, you should be able to lift your hands up off the floor technically, but then just place them down, otherwise you look weird. Okay. So, but you're just using the muscles of the back. The legs are active. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, inhale. And exhale, forehead to the floor. Okay, from here, transitioning again, you're going to tuck your toes under. Press down through your hands so that you can bring your seat, your pawpaw, to your heels and your forehead to the floor. And then keeping your chest as close to your thighs as possible, come back into downward facing dog again, breathing in, breathing out, and then look forward. You're going to inhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands. If the foot gets stuck halfway, you can't make the foot all the way there, you help your foot with your hand so that the foot is now in line with the hands. Take a deep inhale breath. This is just a transition. And then exhale, step forward with your right foot, joins the left foot, and you come straight into a forward fold again. So remember, your forward fold option is the knees are bent, your hands are on the floor, or your hands are on your shins and the legs are more straight. Either way, you're in a forward fold. Exhale. Then you're going to bend your knees. Everybody bend the knees. Hook your thumbs. Spread your fingers wide. Reach forward. Arch back as you come to stand up and take your arms all the way back like we started. And exhale, come to stand. Hands by your sides. Take a moment. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, that makes up one round of sun salutation. So we're going to do the other side also slowly. Inhale, hook thumbs. Reach forward, up and arch back. Exhale, hold. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come back up. Bend your knees. Exhale, bring your fingertips to the floor. You still have your thumbs hooked just to feel the transition and each stage in between. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Take an inhale breath here. And exhale, extend the legs, pull your clasped hands over towards the floor in front of you. Of course, it's perfectly fine for the knees to be bent here. Breathe in. Ultimately, you're trying to squeeze your palms together, even if it means the elbows bend behind you. Breathe out. Inhale, hands to the floor on either side of your feet. The fingertips line up with the toes and step this time your left foot back. Exhale, hold. You're in a lunge. 90-degree angle with the front leg, back leg straight and strong. The gaze is forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, palms flat. And downward facing dog. Exhale. By the way, you can do this entire thing on blocks. When I get back to Munich, I will show you how. Breathe in, you're in down dog. Knees can be bent. Breathe out. Forward to plank pose. Inhale, shoulders over the elbows and the wrists. Exhale, hold, strong tummy. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, knees to the floor. Exhale, chest and chin to the floor. The chin goes way forward. Chest in between the thumbs, keep the hips lifted, and then lie flat on your belly. Cobra pose. Inhale, lift the chin and the chest. Exhale, hold. Feel the muscles of the back working, stretching. Inhale. Exhale, forehead down. Tuck your toes under. Bring your seat to your heels by pushing down through your palms. Forehead is down. Take a moment, breathe in. And then use your exhale to extend the legs into downward facing dog. Or keep the knees bent, but either way, the sit bones are way up towards the ceiling. Your chest is towards the thighs. The elbows are moving forward. Remember the position of the hands, all 10 fingers pressing down into the floor. And then look forward. Inhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Help your foot along if it doesn't make it all the way. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, step the left foot up to join the right one, folding forward as you exhale. You're in your forward bend. Your knees are bent if you need to, or your hands are on your shins. And then inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach forward, up and arch back, extend the legs. And exhale, come to stand, hands by your sides. Take a moment, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, we're going to do one standing pose. So take a step back with your right foot or your left foot, whichever way, it doesn't matter as long as you face the camera. So we start with your feet wide apart. And in order to get the correct distance, you lift your arms up to the sides, out to the sides. And your wrists should be underneath, your ankles should be underneath your wrists. It's about, if you're somewhat proportionate, one leg distance between your feet, one of your legs. Okay, then you're going to turn your right toes out. So when you look at your right foot, the right foot is perfectly perpendicular to the front edge of your mat. That's very important, the feet, very, very important. Okay, the toes aren't moving in or doing anything weird. You're pressing down evenly across all four corners of your right foot. Okay, you're not collapsing the arch or doing anything weird with your toes. Okay, then you're going to turn your left heel out a little bit. So the left heel is a little bit further than the left toes. And then that movement usually kicks the left hip out. So you got to bring your left hip back down. Okay. The alignment of your feet is heel to arch or heel to heel. I don't care. Okay. It's how you feel. And over time, you develop what feels good for you. So either your heel is in line with your left arch or your left heel is in line with your right heel is in line with the left heel. Got it? Good. Okay. Then legs are active, 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 active. Quadricep muscles pulling up the kneecaps. You're going to hinge down sideways, bring your right hand to your knee, extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. Typical mistake of beginners is as you slide your hand down, do it now, towards the shin, the left shoulder tends to come forward and the butt goes out. Okay, don't do it. You keep your hips moving forward, your left shoulder in line with your left hip, and from there you explore the flexibility and see if you can go a little bit further down towards the ankle. A block, again, is a great idea. If you have a block, place it on the outside of your right foot. The left arm extends up towards the ceiling. You look towards your left thumb if you have your balance. You stay here. 3 breaths. Inhale, be still. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, look down at your right big toe. Stand down through both feet. Inhale, use your legs, use your tummy. Come all the way up to stand, arms is out still. And then exhale, release your hands, turn your right toes in. Take a moment, be still. What do you notice? How do you feel? Okay, other side. Left toes out, perfectly perpendicular to the back edge of your mat. Turn your right toes in, the right heel a little bit out. Make sure the hips are level. Quadricep muscles pull up the kneecaps. Arms out to the side, shoulder height. Inhale, extend out over the left leg. Exhale, hinge down sideways. Start at the knee. Okay, but you never put pressure on your knee, by the way. Okay, the knee is just sort of a starting point. So you either want to be a little bit above the knee or a little bit below the knee, but you're not putting pressure on the knee. And then from there, you explore the depth, go into your side bend, keep pushing your hips forward, lean back with the upper body. If you have a wall behind you, imagine that your back is fully on the wall and your gaze is up towards the right thumb. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1. This is Trikonasana, triangle pose for obvious reasons. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, look down at your left big toe. Stand down through both feet. Inhale, come all the way back up to stand. And exhale, release your hands, turn your left toes in, take a moment, breathe in. And breathe out. Come to stand at the front edge of your mat for a moment in Tadasana. And then you're going to make your way down to the floor. So you stand in the center of your mat. Again, it's important how you get to the floor. So you bend both your knees. Your heels will lift up when you do that. And you bring your fingertips to the floor. All blocks on either side of your hands. No, on either side of your hips, underneath your hands. And then you got to use your tummy here. You step your right foot forward, you step your left foot forward, and then you sit down. Okay, that's a safe way to sit. Extend your arms out in front of you and carefully uncurl the spine 1 vertebra at a time. Come to lie down on your back and just take a moment here. And we're going to come into Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose, back bend. So bend both your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. The most common mistake here is that the feet will turn out to the sides. The toes will go out. Okay, you got to bring them parallel. If you feel like the toes are in towards each other, then usually that means it's parallel. The distance is your hip bone. So if you place your hand, your fingers, on the bones of your hips, and you draw a line to your knees, that's how wide your feet should be. Okay, usually people think their hips are wider than they are. Okay, from here, the position of the feet, by the way, is so that you can touch your heels with your fingertips. Okay, that's the position or the distance. And then from here, you're going to inhale, lift the pelvis up off the floor. Exhale, hold. If you can, interlace your fingers behind you on the floor. And you rock from side to side as you walk your shoulders in towards each other as much as you can get them. Trying to extend to the elbows, keeping the palms together. Keep pressing the chest towards the chin and make sure your feet have not turned out in that process. Hold it 5 breaths. Inhale, stay there. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. One more breath in and out. Release your hands and bring your seat down to the floor. Rest your knees against each other. Take a moment and just relax. And then hug your knees into your chest. Bring your hands underneath or behind the knees so that you have something to grip onto. And with a little bit of momentum, you're going to inhale, swing yourself up to sit. And then exhale, extend your legs out in front of you. Coming into a forward fold, Janu Sirsasana, you're going to bend your right knee into your chest. And drop your right knee out to the side. If your knee is dangling above the ground, then I recommend placing a block or a pillow underneath the knee. Okay, so that the inside muscles can relax. If you are in a situation like this, where you feel like the back is rounded and you have no hope of reaching your toes because this pelvis situation is the problem, then what you can do is sit up on a block or a pillow, and that's going to rotate the pelvis forward. If you still feel like the leg is inaccessible, you can bend the left knee. So you can sit up on a block, you can bend your left knee, and you can hold your ankle and do the forward bend here, no problem. Okay, otherwise, the leg is extended. You hinge at the hips so that you fold forward, don't round in the back. And then if you can, you grab a hold of your foot. Might be that it's your knee. Here, a strap can be useful or a t-shirt. You just pop it around the ball of your foot and you hold each end of the t-shirt or the strap. I have my foot, so I can go all the way down. Keep your spine nice and long. Make sure the right knee is relaxing down into the block or the pillow. Hold 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. This is called Janu Sirsasana. It means head of knee pose. Inhale, meaning the head of the knee is on the floor. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg is active if it's straight. 2 more breaths. Inhale, look up. Exhale, come up. Bend the right knee into your chest. Extend the right leg out. Take a moment. Breathe in. And out. Just notice how you feel, especially after the forward folds. Can make you feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more calm. Bend your right knee into your chest, your left knee into your chest, sorry. Drop your left knee out to the side. Same thing, allow a block or a pillow under a blanket underneath the left knee. Square the torso up over the right thigh. If you need to bend your right knee and fold forward here, no problem. So forward bending is about the back. Hamstrings are secondary. So you want real flat back, long spine, and only then do you extend the leg. Remember to sit up on something if that's what you were doing on the other side, and hold 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale, come up. Bend the left knee into the chest. Extend the left leg out. Extend the arms out in front of you. Uncurl the spine and come to lie down again on your back. For the inversion, so bend your knees. Place your feet flat on the floor. If you have your block, it's very nice to place it underneath your sacrum on its lowest level and then extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Without a block, it still works. Just extend your legs up. You can also make your way over to a wall and place the legs up the wall. Either way, legs are relaxed, feet are relaxed. So if you have tight hamstrings, this can feel not relaxing over time, in which case you just bend your knees. So your hips, your knees are over your hips. You just bend your knees and you just hang out here. They don't have to be straight. Palms are by your sides, or your hands are by your sides of the body. The palms face up. Close your eyes and let go of any controlled breathing that you have now. Be still, relax. If you enjoy this feeling, you can stay there for longer. You can do this pose 3, 5, 10 minutes. If you're coming out, bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor, extend your legs, and relax for Shavasana. Little relaxation at the end, separating your feet as wide as you feel is comfortable. Let your toes flop out to the sides, palms face up. Close your eyes and everything just relax and let go. Rest. And again, you can choose to stay here as long as you need to. If you're coming out, take your arms above your head, give yourself a big stretch, fingertip to toe tip. And then just relax again. Hug your knees into your chest, roll to your right side, come up to sit. And just find a comfortable seated cross-legged position. Take another moment, hands are on the knees, close your eyes and just notice the atmosphere within the body, within the mind. In other words, just notice how you feel. Hands together at your heart center, bring your chin to your chest, sincerely acknowledging your effort and thanking yourself. Namaste.